understood why. It used to really bother me. But then one day I was driving my little boy to school and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental."
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight.
Beyond the Bench with Brad Payne and Matt Brigance right here on 102.7 The Game.
Tonight, we skate with them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world.
It's Beyond the Bench, 102.7 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with the 2 stars of the show.
Can't have nothing nice.
I know. Brad Payne,
nice.
Mr. Kaufman over here.
Hit me right in the intro.
Right in the middle of the intro.
Half intro, and you had to hold it.
I held it in as long as I could.
Welcome to this clown show that happens every Monday right here, leading into Monday Night Football. Now, we will tell you, because of Beyond the Bench, you got 2 Monday Night Football games going on tonight.
They're useless. You might as well listen to us.
Yeah, the first one we're not covering. The second one will be on 102.7 The Game. But we're going to put...
They're terrible games anyway, so who cares?
When we get to the betting segment, we are going to bet both of them, even though the other one will be going on there. But, how was your weekend, Brad?
Good. We did have a free weekend, I guess you could say, but went up to Louisville. Kylie had some AAU basketball stuff, and I had a work day planned for Friday in Louisville anyway, so I stayed up there. It was my birthday Friday, which I got no happy birthdays from, I don't think, either one of you.
Hold on, I sent one in the group chat.
Oh, you did.
I did, and I forgot. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks. It's too late. And
when's my birthday?
But I don't know, but I know I think I remember when your wife's is, though. And I'm not saying that being like, I'm not saying.
Really? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I'm not saying.
He's going all Jason LaDaney on you.
No. I just remember because it became a big deal.
Oh, okay.
Because we forgot the cake and stuff, or he forgot the cake.
Well, in full transparency, guys, we're going to keep updated on this. I know it won't.
You already know.
Yeah, you already know. But if it happens, because we record this on Sundays, because these 2 guys are so big, you've got the United States making maybe one of the greatest comebacks in sports history.
Unbelievable.
And the thing about it was I was asking you already had the European team, Brad, on a nice bet to win. Mm-hmm. So if they won, they won. And then last night, you went cheesy. Instead of going all in and taking your win and going the other way.
How stupid is that?
At least
not to
3
hedge that a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I'm getting plus 4,000 odds last night. And I'm set to win 275, 278. I forgot what it said. I think
it was 280 on a $10 bet twice.
No, on the European.
Oh, on the European bet, yes.
And so, I thought when I saw the plus 4,000, I was like, what's $20? I'll bet 20 to win 80, because I think that's what it was. It was like plus 270, or I was going to win 270. So I was like, I'll win 250 regardless. What's the $20? Now it turns out to where if I had just bet 100, we make this comeback, I could win 4,000.
I know. He gets a little chinky in his older age, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
But I would. Speaking of Ryder Cup, we got to talk about this because I watched a lot of it on Saturday and Sunday. Everybody in my house is sick. Nobody's sleeping, so you might as well. The Ryder Cup started early and on Friday, and I was up. Couldn't sleep, and then went to work. But then Saturday got up really, really early. I'm used to getting up early for F1, and then it's going to be the Ryder Cup this time. But we've got to talk about just the fans, just the way they were acting.
Well, I want to interject one thing.
Okay.
So Bradley, we're talking about Keegan Bradley here, our captain here.
Why is he the captain? He talks to himself.
There's one. There's one. He's got some serial killer tendencies.
Oh, I think he is.
Did we ever talk about Garth Brooks and?
No, that's going to be on the next conspiracy theory of how he may be the greatest serial killer of all time. Go down that rabbit hole.
You people need to watch that. Yeah. I don't think there's anything to watch right now, but don't go to a Garth Brooks concert.
No, you may end up dead.
Get back to Keegan Bradley. So he widens Bethpage.
Yes.
Because he thinks we have superior tee power.
And they shortened it too because they also shortened the hole. It was like shortened by like 300 yards because the Europeans have 5 guys in the top 15 of long iron players.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So he was trying to take away the long iron from us and from them, something superior. The Europeans are not that far behind from us on the tee anymore.
No.
And no one is. Like the game is you see it in all sports besides football, essentially, I guess.
I don't know. They're bigger, stronger, faster too.
No, I'm saying from overseas. Like there's no overseas team that's going to come here and beat the Jaguars or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only thing. But in basketball, their basketball, they're getting just as good, if not better, than we are. Some of the greatest players in the NBA right now are European players. But to get back to what I'm saying, first of all, this guy as a captain, like, man, did he not take any kind of suggestions from anyone else? Like, I don't know anything about golf, and to say, well, I'm gonna widen the fairways, shorten these long irons and stuff. That's not gonna win it for us. And then to come back with the same pairs that got blasted.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man?
Well, it should have been Phil Mickelson because since he signed with LIV, Phil Mickelson should be.
They just blackballed him because of LIV.
Right. I will say this as we're doing this live, as we're recording this, they did just secure their 14th point. So the Europeans will hold on to the cup.
It's over.
Yeah. So they will hold on to it. But it's still a great comeback. But did you watch any of it?
I watched a little bit of it today. I watched, my dad was telling me about the little fight that ensued between DeChambeau, or a little argument.
Right, and the caddy or whatever.
It was DeChambeau's caddy and Justin Rose.
I don't like the Europeans. I wish we just had an all brawl with them. Just beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, I would like to try to fight them.
I would.
Well, I mean, the American
golfers fighting is hilarious anyway.
The American crowd was so disrespectful, and I know a lot of it has.
I love it.
Here's the thing:
who's going to watch it if none of that crap's going on?
No, I mean, I love the Ryder Cup. I don't need the Waste Management Ryder Cup. That's for out there in Arizona, with the Thunderbirds.
I like it. I'd boo Rory McIlroy.
No, I don't mind booing, but you can't
Justin
be yelling.
Rose.
You can't be yelling "yef bombs" at him in their backswing.
No, I agree, not in their backswing.
No, it got really ugly in a lot of places. I'm not so sure that we have to talk about whether or not the guy's fat or not. With his partner. He was ready to go hurt some people.
He was.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, I like
those guys aren't used to that, and that's what I like too. They got some thin
none
skin.
None of them want to take on DeChambeau.
No, they sure don't. They want no part of
their
it.
ass.
Hold on, there's UFC fighters that don't want to take on DeChambeau.
That dude is juiced up.
Somebody give him a steroid test.
He is juiced up.
But I will tell you, have you seen? Here's what I want to do. I want to get with DeChambeau. Have you seen the thing where he does on his YouTube page where they hit him over his house for the hole in one?
He gives one in a little bitty solo, a little solo shot cup thing.
I'm going to give it to him. He was, and I think still is, an absolute, and I don't know if I can say this or not, but we can cut it a prick.
Yes.
And someone has gotten with him. He hired a PR firm, and he has done a nice little 180. Like
he's done like a 760.
He's almost likable.
He is lovable.
I wonder if we should hire that same PR firm.
For who?
Us.
He can't
listen. The last couple of weeks, it's you that needs it more than me. Like, you have been on a tear.
Yeah.
And I'm the one on prednisone right now. I haven't felt well, and I'm on prednisone, so my patience is really, really short. But I'm mostly taking it out on my loved ones. And
that's good. I got set off yesterday. The text message.
Oh, I know. Like, you've been on fire for about a week now. I wish the season's coming up. I can feel it.
But what you were talking about with DeChambeau, when he went to LIV, he became a bad guy. Then he had those whole run-ins with Brooks Koepka.
That was, and everybody likes Brooks so much.
At that time, Brooks was the guy.
I can't stand Brooks.
I don't either.
Brooks cost me.
You just like him because of no money.
Some big money I had in the DraftKings
but
DFS.
You can't dislike somebody because of money.
It was like the PGA or US Open. I can't remember. Anyway, Brooks has the lead. He shoots 4 over. Final round on Sunday. I'm talking about cost me thousands of dollars.
But that's not a personality
I don't like
thing.
him. He's too worried about being on his yacht with
what?
His wife.
Well, speaking about people, I've got to ask you this.
Wouldn't be playing golf either.
Because I know you guys like to, we talked about, you guys like to put a little money on some sports wagering action. And you talk about losing money, because of DeChambeau. I've got to ask you, I hope you had no money on the Indiana-Iowa game. Does somebody need to look at Indiana's quarterback and see maybe if he had a bet?
I get what he was trying to do, but first of all, why do you go down in the end zone? Because
the clock was 0 when he was still at the 22-yard line.
Because all that's going to cause, it's like if if something
What happened if he fumbled
it
or
out,
something like that?
anything in there, just go down like.
White even said, finally, just turn around and sling it forward. Or even get you can end it on an offensive penalty. You can't end it on a defensive penalty. So you can end it on an offensive penalty.
I don't understand why he did that, but that cost. I didn't bet that game, but
that's wild. I've seen some bad beats.
It's a bad beat.
But that's an SVP bad beat. For sure
without
there.
a doubt,
Yeah.
without a doubt. And I'm wondering if the Oklahoma quarterback caused a bad beat for somebody, had to go have surgery. But let's get right into the football here. And I want to ask you. I know you guys are Louisville fans, but I want to ask you because I had a little Twitter beef yesterday. Kentucky goes down to South Carolina. They look like Kentucky. I think they had 51 total yards in the second half. After the first 2 drives of the first quarter, they put together 91 total yards in that game. Bush Hamden, as the offensive coordinator at UK, has never scored 2 touchdowns in any SEC game. Think about that.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you text that. So before we got on air and you were fixing some things in production before we started, I was telling Matt. So last night in my boredom of betting $10 on USA, I also looked up the contract deal because I knew we would talk about it.
Right.
So there's a little twist, and I'm not sure that the general public knows this. Maybe they do because it's out there. I mean, I found it. So he's owed at the end of this season, if you're to buy him out, somewhere around 37.5
in 60 days.
Correct. On top of that, there is an extension of that contract that says if you buy him out, if you fire him, and his lead assistants are also fired, which you would think that would also happen, there's a $7 million buyout for his assistants.
Yes.
$44 million. So a lot of people are throwing around that 31, and I know when we get into these numbers, it's monopoly money. 31 and 44 are a lot different from each other. Now, I'm going to really sound like a fence rider on this because I was wholeheartedly with you on this. Like, if it truly means something to you, you're going to find some money. You can't find that money inside the agency, inside the university. This thing is going to have to be 90%.
It's going to have to be booster money.
Or more.
Yeah.
I'm talking 90%, guys. Like, I'm not talking like, hey, we'll split this with you. You get the first 20. Or it's going to have to be, hey, set him down at the end of the season and say, look, we're going to give you, instead of 37.5, we'll give you 47.5 over 10 years.
Well, see, I would go to the aspect that, let me get I'll tell you what I think. Let me get your thought of it first.
So here's my first question. And this is the question I have for Kentucky fans. Because I'm just going to say it. All you Kentucky fans out there are freaking delusional. You always have been when it comes to Kentucky football. All right? You're a bunch of idiots. I'm just going to say it. Okay? You're never going to be good at football. Just get it through your head. Okay?
All right, now with that being said,
let's get that out of the way.
Now we got that out of the way. Thank God we got that.
Yeah, I can't say Kentucky football fans are worse than Kentucky basketball fans.
I think you've been in my steroids.
They really are.
I think he's
prednisone.
He
does it to people.
He's tired of you being the face and being
No, it has nothing to do with that.
He's getting all the
Thank God he's taking that from me.
I like being a nice guy.
I was getting my tires slashed over in Madisonville. Now, hell,
Kentucky fans
they'll love me.
They're delusional. But anyway, here's my thing. Who is Kentucky going to hire?
Well, here's my thing.
Who are they going to hire? Ask me who they're going to hire.
Can I answer that for you?
Recycling.
Hold on.
Yes.
Can I answer that for you? All right. Against Power 4 schools since the start of 2022, Kentucky is 10-28.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you hire.
Vic, I'm not
but you don't have to pay him $9.5 million.
That's where I'm fence riding.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but here's where the problem arose. He wins 10 games, and then you have this ultra mega contract. I'll be real with you. No coach.
No.
Besides maybe Nick Saban should have that type of contract built in.
No, this is definitely on Mitch too.
Because here's the thing. Like, Stoops could have walked at any point, and you're going to find somebody just as good as Stoops or worse than Stoops. I mean, I sent a picture in the group chat of Joker Phillips. You can't have Joker Phillips back. Who was terrible. So my question is, who's Kentucky going to get? So you're going to drop all this money. I would rather take the $47 million. This is just me. Go out and get the best offensive coordinator you can get and defense coordinator you can get, because Stoops is not a terrible CEO of a program. He's not terrible, okay? and then use the extra money that you were going to spend on his buyout and throw it in NIL.
Okay, I like that. And let me interject
Instead
this.
of buying him out and get another
here's the
subpar
problem.
coach.
Here's the problem. Look at what they've done since NIL. They went out and handpicked their quarterbacks.
But you've got to get, because who's handpicking them?
But that goes with what Matt's saying. Get Stoops off this. Just make him the face and the organizer. And
you'll have to use a double billboard, but put him up on a billboard and make him the face.
We need a new front office. We need a new game management time manager, a new OC, a new DC.
It's cheaper than buying out Stoops.
Here's my thing though.
I don't mind that.
Stoops is not a terrible coach. Guys.
No, but
he's not a terrible coach.
Here's where you are, in my opinion. Let's look at this way. Here's where you look at it where you are. Okay, and if I'm a Kentucky fan, this is what I tell you to do. You stop buying the tickets. All right, like if you go and these games now have 10 to 15,000 people, you got to make it where the money they're losing for every home game.
Yeah,
at some point in time, they got to look up and say, okay, now which is going to cost us more?
Here's what's going to happen. About right now, they're going to stop selling tickets, okay, and then they're going to hire a new office coordinator, not a great one, and then Matt Jones is going to get on there, and all these dumb Kentucky fans and touts are going to get on there and be like, guys, we could win 9 ball games this year.
No, I don't think
what everybody's going to do is they're all going to buy tickets again. They do it every year.
But now, I don't think
if Stoops said right now I'll quit and you don't have to buy me out, it's going to be Andy Reid, Sean McVay, John Gruden, Nick Saban's coming back. They're delusional.
What?
They're delusional.
But I don't know this answer. I'm throwing this out here. What percentage of ticket sales are up front though? Like a lot of these companies, are, and I know Louisville, L&N is like this. A lot of their money already comes in. You
can't do it this year, but if you stop showing up, then you got to go resell season tickets for next year. There you go, and all those. But like if you go and you play, okay, they're going to go down and get hammered by Georgia.
Correct.
When Texas comes to town, sure, those tickets are sold. It's already the hay's in the barn.
Right.
But if 15,000 or 17,000 people show up, all of it, there's concession stand money you're losing, and you can't tell me that they don't make a killing on every home game in concession stand.
No, it will. But think about it though. Even let's say that's the case, it's going to take a long time for that. Like, which is going to take longer to hurt them more? Paying Stoops the $47 million and his assistants, or $40 million, or the ticket sale problem?
But at some point in time, you got to look at it and go, okay, if we're losing, I don't know what they make per every home game.
I don't
it's probably an unbelievable number.
What was Calipari's buyout, real quick?
His was like at that time was like 40. I think when he left, it was around 54 million.
So look,
but the Kentucky's
that's what. But hear me out on this. Think how much more important is it? Am I okay to say that Kentucky or basketball is 5 times more important than football?
Oh, more than that for Kentucky. So, and my point is like, and so you went out and got Pope, who's the book's still out on him.
I'm talking about buying out Calipari. They couldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you going to get this?
That's what I'm saying. So, and who are you going to hire in his place? Here's where Kentucky football ultimately failed. It's not Mitch Barnhart. I actually like Mitch Barnhart. Remember, I was at Kentucky for a year. All right, I worked for Mickey DeMoss. Mitch is a great guy. I like him. Where Kentucky football failed at is when they had a chance to hire Howard Schnellenberger.
Oh, without a doubt.
And they did not. And, and Louisville did. And the whole course of both programs changed. Louisville went one direction, Kentucky went the other. Now, I know we had a bad year with Ron Cooper, Craig Thorpe, and Satterfield. We had 3 bad coaches there. But overall, Louisville's won a Sugar Bowl, an Orange Bowl, a Fiesta Bowl, a field goal away from playing the national championship game. Where's Kentucky been? Not even close.
Well, and here's the point you make is, and I understand what you're saying about the buyout being somewhere around $38 million, another $6 or $7 million on the coaches. Here's my point. At what point, like, you cannot let this coach hold you hostage. Like, it is going the wrong way. You're probably going to go the whole year and not win an SEC game at home. You're going to be like
Hopefully.
you're going to be like 1-15 in your last 16 SEC games. He had a chance to change up staff last year, brought everybody back and gave them raises. Yeah. Like, okay, if it's not $44 million, are you going to pay $38 million?
Right.
Are you going to pay $31 million? Like, how long do you let this go on?
Because he's making 9, right?
Yes,
making 9.5.
Texas A&M about how Kentucky just completely bailed out.
No, but the A&M's fans were smart.
They did. So here's the thing: nobody's going to go after Stoops because they can't afford it.
Yeah, nobody.
Kentucky can't afford the buyout.
Cincinnati would want him too.
Satterfield just beat Kansas.
I know.
Here's the
Defensive
thing.
coordinator?
You literally just signed a $471 million deal with JMI. Don't tell me you can't figure out a way to work
and
something.
that's why I said I'm
people
fence
tell me,
riding on it.
well, a lot of that goes with for NIL money.
But who are they gonna get?
We're spending a bunch of NIL money for guys. We're spending a ton of money on a quarterback that can't throw the ball 4 yards and not playing anymore.
Who you gonna get, Vic?
We gave Macklin a bunch of money and we don't even throw him the football.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
Who you gonna get?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It
I
doesn't.
disagree because if you don't go out and make a good hire, you're just right back where you're at.
But it's worth the try because this is over.
You got to have a game plan in mind. Well,
I'm certain they do.
Look at Louisville when they didn't have a game plan in mind. That game plan was Kenny Payne.
Here's
They
the
had their
thing.
game plan.
They
It was just the wrong
say
one.
that Mitch
They got pushed.
keeps for every sport. He keeps a list of 5 coaches that if something happened, he had to go out to help coach. This is his list of coaches. I don't know who's on that list. I'm sure Summerall's on that list. There's a lot of UK fans that think Brad White should be on that list. I think Brad White's one of the most overrated defensive coordinators
That'd be a
in all of
terrible hire.
America.
Terrible hire.
I think so
You're
too.
right back where you're at.
Hey,
But you got guys, go get
Billy Napier.
Look at Toledo's coach.
Why not?
Because it's the same, one and the same. They can't get it done in Florida.
Have you seen that schedule?
You knew who I'd hire. I told you I'd hire.
Yeah, but he better not.
Yeah, I know I was Kentucky. I'd hire in a heartbeat.
Who's that?
Brian Brum.
I would too. Go get him, bro.
You could get him cheap. And
I've said all along. You know who my
There's
first
no
call
way
to
you do
is?
he's
My-
offensive coordinator for his dad.
know.
I mean,
You
his
just
brother.
can't do that.
My first call is to Todd Helton, and look at what he's done down at Western.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too.
But you can get that
hasn't
guy
Todd?
cheap.
Why hasn't Todd gone anywhere? We always talk about is Todd right? Is Todd at his right level where he needs to be coaching?
He
think
could
so.
be, but here's the thing.
Did he come from UNLV?
Listen, look at the SEC and the way they play. Just go back and look at the games. All right, what is it? 20 points is the most we've scored in an SEC game, in like the last 3 or 4 years. Hendon hadn't scored more than 2 touchdowns in any SEC game that he's ever coached in while he's at UK. Like, if you really think that you're going to go to UK and you're going to win these games 17-14, and then like the South Carolina game, all right, the first quarter could not go any better. You ran the ball down their throats. You're up 10-7. You got where did the pass come from? Where you get to fumble in the scoop and score? You paid the new tackle a bunch of money and he completely whiffed on picking. He didn't even fall on it. Everybody say, "Well, he fell to the side of it and gave a half rear end look over to get the ball." That was about a terrible
Well, you
effort
can
you
tell
ever seen.
they're done too.
Well, I mean, all you needed to see was Vince Morrow jumping ship to Louisville.
You're right because you're talking about a bandwagon type guy, and I mean I know he's with
No, they're
Louisville.
friends.
Yeah,
Like Stoops and Morrow are friends.
Well, I do know this. We've talked to some Louisville insiders before. Bobby Petrino pretty much gave up when
Right.
he was at Louisville. He lost his dad. He had a lot going on.
but his marriage wasn't great.
It was a bunch of issues. He lost his defensive coordinator, and Todd Grantham, and was just hiring terrible defensive coordinators, kind of like what Stoops is offensive coordinator wise. So Bobby just basically threw in the towel. Louisville.
I don't know about terrible because they all have success after they leave Kentucky.
Yeah, well,
we've all
Louisville-
had success before Kentucky and after
Louisville
Kentucky.
fired him midway through the season. He had a hefty buyout. How much was it? It was like
13 or something, wasn't it?
13, 15 million, and Louisville got rid of him. And so I think Stoops. I think in a way Stoops wants to get canned.
Well, here's the thing.
I do.
I think he does.
Don't at
that.
least go to him and say, "Here's the thing. Okay, you're paying."
That's what I'm saying.
You're paying 9.5.
Stretch it out over 10.
No, why go 10? You're paying 9.5, right? All right. So
Yeah.
the next guy you hire is probably going to be somewhere around 3 or 4. I
Right.
mean, let's just be honest. Okay. So you go to Stoops and say, "Okay, we're supposed to pay you in 60 days $47 million. Take that other 5 that you're not going to pay the other coach,
Right.
stretch it out over 10 and say, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy you out, but we're not going to buy you out. But when it's all said and done, we'll pay $80 million to get rid of you instead of the 47 because I can stretch it out over
What about this?
so many years.
What about give him half of his buyout and keep him within the University of Kentucky? Put him in charge of concession stand sales. Nobody knows food better than he does.
Oh, they'd lose money there.
Eating the profit.
Yeah, he eats
let his bourbon be the new official bourbon of UK. That's
Yes.
maybe what you need to do.
But it isn't. This is reality, though. But we're talking about buying Stoops out. I hate to break it to you, Kentucky fans. It doesn't matter. You're going to suck in football forever. Just get used to it. You're the doormat of the SEC. You might as well get used to it.
Hey,
basketball season is just right around the corner.
The best thing, Stu, is he made a lot of money having John Schlarman be his offensive coordinator.
Yep.
And he got lucky. Everybody wants to talk about the wins they got. There were a lot of teams in the SEC that were down, hitting to be right there in that sweet spot.
And Louisville was down as well.
He
We
was.
helped them.
He was.
I mean, look at it since 2022.
I agree.
when
That's
they've
a
all
good
got-
point. That's a good point.
But don't tell me, and this is the thing, don't tell me UK can't be successful in the SEC. Vanderbilt is.
Well,
Did you ever think? Hold on. Did you ever think Vanderbilt was going to be?
They had a little success last year. They're going good this year, but let's see if it continues.
Right, but I'm just saying it
I
happens.
mean, you can have a year in here and there. I think.
Mississippi State, you bought out a guy.
No,
you
I
hired
agree
him
with
after
you.
1
I
year.
joke
and now
about-
you're like 4-1, and you played a really good game against Tennessee.
No, I agree with you. I joke about Kentucky because I can't stand Kentucky and Kentucky fans. We all know that. But I really do think Kentucky can have a good football program. I don't see any reason why not if you get the
Shouldn't
right
be.
guy in there.
Here's the thing: you can't just say we can't buy him out. We're going to stay with the status
You
quo.
better have somebody
because
in mind.
how long do you wait? Do we have to wait 3 years?
Agreed.
The UK fans are already in apathy. Like there are some of the bigger fans I know that literally made plans to go do something yesterday and never miss a UK
Agreed.
game because they knew it was going to happen.
It's so easy to sit at this table and say that it's got to be done because I'm with you on that. I believe wholeheartedly it's got to be
But
done.
who is it going to be?
But I don't believe in those two things. That's why I agree with Matt. You got to know. You better get some agent that says, "Yeah, my guy's coming." Once you fire him. And the other thing is, you've got to do this thing privately. It's got to be private funds. You don't have the money to do this. No one does. No one has the money.
Can you not hire? Can they
I
not
don't know.
hire?
Texas A&M paid
Well,
$87
Can
million.
they not hire a big time offensive coordinator, a young guy that everything's going to be the next best thing?
No, because
Make
Stoops will
him-
put his finger on him.
Make him be. Tell him Stoops he has no. That's where Barnhart's got to reach in and say, no, he's in control of the
Make
whole
life
offense.
miserable. Why don't you go and buy out every assistant he has and then Barnhart hire all the make his life so miserable at UK he's going to come to the bargaining table.
Yeah.
I mean that's what I would do. It would just be like it's going to. I mean you see that all the time where they
Well,
make
get
life
rid of
miserable.
their personal chef there. They'll quit.
stop paying for Ozempic?
Are you guys worried about Louisville football after the showing against Pittsburgh?
So,
real quick.
real quick, I love the fight they had in them. I was in a text message group. We had some guys that are like, Louisville's football's dead. First of all, they're delusional. Second of all, Miller Moss, a little overrated, but battled back. And
He's the Scott Mitchell.
made some
college
great
football.
throws, though.
He did.
The only
one he made in the fourth quarter was a
There's-
nice throw.
There's two things going on with Louisville, and I'll make it brief. The offensive line is not very good. It's got to get better.
Yep.
And the second thing is Louisville's the two best running backs, are probably top 10 running backs in the nation, are hurt and banged up.
Something's wrong with them.
They're playing right now, but if they ever get them full go, Louisville's going to be fine. Louisville's defense is pretty good too.
Are you
Louisville's
worried
defense is good. I am worried about him.
Okay.
I'm worried, but Pittsburgh's pretty good. A win at Pittsburgh's tough.
They are.
We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll get the Candy Dairy Queen list. It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game. It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. Vic Evans with the two stars of the show, Brad Payne, Matt Brigance. And before we get to our Canty Dairy Queen list, tell us about your great partners at Hawkins Abney.
Hawkins Abney PLLC is a full-service architectural firm founded in 2022, providing design services for academic, business, healthcare, hospitality, industrial, and mercantile projects across the state. Located in Beaver Dam, so give Jeremiah or Kyle a call at 270-363-2235.
What we need is like another $1 billion lottery and somebody from UK, Kentucky winning that and donating
Yeah, just be like,
$44 million
Before
to
I
the
do
university.
anything else for my church or for my family, get Stoops out.
One more thing before we get to the list, don't forget Thursday right here at Cromwell Media, 1115 Tamarack Road. You got the Pink Mike Project brought to you by Owensboro Health. This is a celebration of cancer survivors, stories, shout outs throughout October. Powerful survivors sharing their story live, lifting voice and courage and hope, education and empowerment. Also going to have a silent auction with some great prizes. We've got some stuff from all over the place that they've gone out and got prizes, and all that money goes directly to cancer facilities here in Owensboro.
It's great.
And to help in not just Owensboro, but the Western Kentucky region. A couple of the big prizes they got as they're auctioning off on the silent auction: 4 pit passes to Old 60s New Year's Eve concert that they're going to have right here. It's going to be massive.
Yep.
Also, how about this? A 10-year bottle of Pappy. So there you go. And so all those proceeds will go to the to help cancer nonprofits here in the area. Make sure you come and enjoy that. You do have to be here. You can actually, during Live at 5, you can text in your bids if you want to. But you do have to be here by 6 o'clock to pick them up, or at least come in and pay or whatever. But let's get to our Canty Dairy Queen list. Remember, it's not any Dairy Queen. It's Canty Dairy Queen, New Hartford Road, or right there behind Ohio County High School. And we were sitting there as we were getting ready to record. You're like, hey, I got to go work this lemonade table with my daughters. And I thought, that's the perfect list. Yeah. Maybe your worst jobs growing up that you had to do.
Oh, that was our best job.
It could be your best or worst, whichever ones you want.
All of them were bad.
When you guys were growing up.
I liked all my jobs.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I've got 3. I've got 2 that are worse than the best job I ever had, other than what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's start with you, Coach Brigance. Let's start with your list, your Canty Dairy Queen list. Best jobs you had growing up. What would it be?
I got 4.
All right, go ahead.
So umpiring. So I started umpiring in college, and it was fun because you make good money.
You make great money.
But then eventually you get burned out on it, and you get tired of dealing with idiotic parents and
You do.
Coaches that don't know anything that have coach on the back of their shirt. Like if you get coach on the back of your shirt, like
No, it's the ones that have it right here.
that's even worse. If he's like
Are the ones in full uniform?
in a t-ball game. Yeah, no, it was bad. But umpire was a lot of fun. Made a lot of good friends. A lot of good money with it. And I probably only threw out about 6 or 7 people.
See, I'd have that as mine too. 4th would be umpiring and basketball, officiating. My cousin Keith and I in the Catholic League and all the little leagues around. At that time, Southern didn't get paid, so we were out in like West Davis County, East Davis County.
Yeah, I did West Davis County a lot.
Basketball. Some of the stories are some of the greatest things I've ever seen.
It's awesome.
And one of the funniest ones was, I'll never forget, I got to tell you a quick story. We're calling the game, and the coach calls timeout. He comes out, and he's like, hey, this kid hit out of order. He's on first base. He's out. And then, so we bring the 2, back there you had like 2 different score books, bring them together. And then I noticed that the lady that was keeping his book, who I didn't know at the time was his wife, happened to skip a batter. And I was like, no, see, here's where the mistake was. This batter here, she skipped this one. This is the right kid. And so he goes to the dugout. And as I'm getting ready to get my mask back on, there's like a commotion.
Oh, Lord.
Over there, and I'm like, oh, crap. Then I look over it, and she comes out of the dugout and throws the scorebook at him and says, here's your scorebook, throws the pencil at him and says, here's your damn pencil, and don't bring your fat rear end home tonight either. And I thought that was the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Caused the separation.
Wow.
Caused the separation.
Let's get to your number 4.
I'll give you my worst one.
Okay.
All right. And I've got 3 good ones after that. The worst one I ever had was working for Dad when we were really young in peppers and tobacco.
Ooh.
That sounds awful.
Like, it's where I learned to cuss the way that I do now at such an early age, because it was just like, I just thought my life was over. and it was miserable, and I hated everyone, including Dad, for it. I know why he did it now, and I'll go back to that's why my number 1 is my number 1. But I can't name anything any more miserable than picking peppers, especially the rotten ones, because you're picking blinded. If you've never picked peppers before, don't get into it. But if you did, there's some rotten ones. You're in that July heat, and you stick your finger right into a rotten one. It makes me want to cuss now.
Let's go to your next one.
So my number 3, all mine I like. I had a hobby store at Consumer Mall.
Yep.
And we sold on eBay. Me and my buddy did, and we made some pretty good money. Did it for a couple of years. It was just fun. I mean,
Cards and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I say hobby like cards. Like
Yep.
we did basketball, baseball, football.
Yeah.
And we sold boxes, packs, and sold on eBay.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
You told me that about a year ago. But
and I'd love to get back into it again. It's just so much time consuming. It's so expensive now.
Well, and it's
changed.
You got a bunch of snakes in it.
Oh, it's
all
corrupt.
fake stuff.
It's so corrupt right now.
It is.
That industry is.
I'll go to my worst one. By far and away, the worst job I've ever done, ever have, and I'm gonna come second what you said. Cutting tobacco and hanging it in the barn. If you were the guy up top, that was maybe the most miserable. Passing that stuff up, you get to
Either the very top or the very bottom where you
It's
got
all falling all over.
It's all falling down on you.
Listen, and I think all kids should do it because I think I learned a lot from it.
It's why my number one is my number one. But yes,
hanging tobacco, the most miserable thing ever. It's
awful.
But you learn a lot from it. Let's go to your next one.
So I did ice delivery when Purity Party Ice was here in Owensboro. Me and a friend, a dear friend, Bradley Tucker, we were not taking summer courses, and so we just applied for a job there together, and it was actually fun. The one misconception that pissed me off every time that you got the coolest job of summer. I don't drive in the back of it, you idiot. Where the damn freezer is.
Yeah.
Like I'm up front where there's no air. And I'm staying in there about 15 seconds to get your damn ice out that you want so bad. But the amount of ice that is moved at Rough River.
Oh my gosh.
That's why those gas stations those guys are gazillionaires.
All ice.
I mean, we would literally run a truck to Purity, back to Rough River. They would be out by the time we got to Owensboro. We'd have to come right back. And it's not like you can just set it outside for them.
No, you gotta stack it in their coolers
and how you had to deliver it. You from the back of the truck. As your truck got lower, you had to hit this board because the ice is pretty solid in those bags. So you had to hit this board to break it up
a little bit,
so it would stack better into the coolers. Because if you didn't, your stack was all screwed up. It was actually a fun job though. And the guys I worked with was great.
It's good profit margin too on those gas station ice.
You're selling freaking water.
You're selling frozen water. Let's get to your next one, Coach Brigance.
So I may not know this, but I had my own video company.
Oh my!
It's my me and yeah, I know. Let me go into all this.
I was gonna say.
Okay, so me and my
no explanation.
Yeah, so me and my buddy, we started doing video.
I found that it popped up on one of my.
We started doing video. That's pretty good. We started doing videos for our church.
Oh yeah, I got to run it through the church
so,
too.
And then we started our own business, and he actually went into college for that, for doing like mixer boards and different things like that. So we had a video business called Video Masters. That's what it's
Video
called.
Masters,
and we did weddings. We did.
There needs to be a conspiracy theory about this.
I know.
The picture videos you see, like the slideshows.
Yeah.
We were doing those before people really did them for like funeral homes and different places. Doll Hair's department store.
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did we videoed their wedding in Lexington. So we were filming. I mean, we video weddings like every weekend in the summer. And
How
it was
many
a lot of
bridesmaids
fun.
were you hitting on? Is
It
what
was
I want to
It was
know.
a lot of fun. So I will tell you this though.
Ran it through a church, bridesmaids, and it's called Video Master.
So
Got it.
I will tell you this.
Sounds legit.
The biggest racket out there for all you young people out there
I thought
is
we were going
weddings.
somewhere else on that.
No, it's weddings. Do not waste your money on weddings. I used to sit back there and be like, yep, they're getting divorced and they're spending this much money on it.
Gosh,
Do not
dang it.
waste your money
Go-
on weddings.
Go but here's the thing, or if you
Use
do
on the honeymoon.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I agree.
Like go and
How about two of them?
do your own food or
Was it
have
worth
your
it?
family do it.
Second one was.
Was it worth the money though?
No.
The second one got his retirement plan.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Well, my wife now, she's like, we didn't video our wedding, and I was like, you videoed your first one. I was like, well, I had a video company then.
Right.
It was free. I was
Well,
like,
cheaper
I'm
that
not
time.
videoing a wedding, but nobody watches them.
No.
No,
watch
they
that
don't
crap
watch.
over
It's over.
again.
I'll tell you, my favorite job I had growing up, other than what I do now, I love. I'm not going to put coaching in there because that's all.
Yeah,
we
I didn't
would
put
do.
that in there
That would be number one. My favorite
Plus, I
job
hate
that
it.
I've ever had growing up, working in the bag room at Owensboro Country Club.
I bet.
I absolutely, because I got in there right at the end of my high school, and when I was going to college, I was working there. Just the people you meet, and not only that, you meet people who are kind of well to do, and it's nice to have friends that are at high places in the city you live in. But it was just so much fun, and like the things that went on, like you think about like at night after the course is empty, you gotta you're doing the range and you're doing the carts, cleaning them, you're putting them up in our we would have these NASCAR kart races around our kart barn.
Yep.
Just stuff that went on, and it was just so much fun. It was just a bunch of guys that were 17 to 22 years old,
That's where I
and
was going
had a
with mine.
blast and played a lot of golf too.
Yep.
Mine's golf related too. My number one.
So
A little different though.
I had umpiring on there, and I'm not going to explain it, but I had one more than y'all did, so I'll skip
I
the
had 4.
umpiring. And my second favorite job was working at Standard Country Club in Louisville when I went to Bellarmine, and same type deal. Now I was up front, but it was a typically majority Jewish ran.
Were you Catholic then?
And I still am. And I didn't tell them.
Good thing.
But it was unbelievable how many people just were. You run into some really rich people, obviously,
Without a doubt.
and it's on. It's off Brownsboro Road. You're on the east side of Louisville. It's an unbelievable course, and those guys took care of their course really, really well. But it was also
Took care of their
nice.
employees a lot of times too.
They did.
Yeah.
And that's where you kind of learned that this life is, you can be told one thing about, hey, you got to work your way, and that it really helped to know some people,
that's better,
and especially in the city of Louisville.
Okay.
Oh, without a doubt.
It is amazing how many contacts I made right then and there. And that start of my life at 19 years old, that I still don't talk to them every day or anything like that, but still, even at Kenway now, there's some people.
You think with one of those contacts, you would have helped us win that Talk Show of the Year award.
Yeah, I don't know anybody in media.
God, dang.
Well, I didn't know we had. I should have told them I was part owner of Supermaster, whatever.
Video Master.
Video
right.
Master.
So my number one.
Go to your number
Get off
one.
of Video Masters here. I worked at Golfland for
Okay.
a long time.
Here?
Yeah, Golfland.
Golfland,
I
USA?
on 60, yeah. And not 60, 56 and 81.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. I worked in the pro
When
shop
they had the
there.
carts.
Did you race those
go-karts.
Did you race those
So
go-karts?
after we get done working, we'd go ride the go-karts
Yeah.
and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. It was a fun job. It really was.
That place was fun.
Yeah,
It was.
That's
on
the
Friday,
great.
Saturday night, it was a fun place.
That's the great thing about golf. It's not so much like playing the. I played the country club. And I went on to get into the PGA. I was a PGA golf professional for 4 years, 5 years, KPGA professional. But like you said, it's the people you meet,
is.
and not only just people that have the means and motives to help you down the future, but just the people that come through and the things that you see happen on a golf course.
You become a part of their family because they're there just as much as
Oh,
they
yeah.
are at home.
Yep.
I mean, you just see them so much, and so you end up learning everything that they like.
That's where I learned to play poker was at Hillcrest Golf Course.
Yes.
I was a
Jimmy Voles.
middle school guy.
Jimmy teach you how to
And
play
all those
poker.
old guys out there taught me how to play.
Yeah, I learned that same thing whenever I was at not this there, but also Winteridge Country Club going to back. Then I realized when I was at Owensboro Country Club, I remember going down to the basement a couple night games. I didn't quite have the money to play the games they were playing.
That's right.
But it was fun to go watch those
right.
games with that much money
Yeah.
on the table.
Yeah.
Do you have one more?
Yeah, my favorite, and the only reason it's my favorite is because of what he was trying to truly teach me, is the job that my dad made me do when he owned a plumbing business for almost 3 decades. And so if I didn't find a job somewhere else, which I would definitely try, that's why I stayed up there at Bellarmine and all that, then I plumbed.
Right.
And I got the worst jobs. I got to go under the houses after it rained, with
He
the
didn't
plastic
want you
rain
doing
gun.
this job later in life. He's going to
And
make it where
Were you any good at it?
I got decent. I actually got
can't see-
decent.
I can't see you being good
It's
at
not
that.
that
at all.
I wanted to. It was just one of those things to where if I did it wrong, like I would always have to be with a plumber or a journeyman plumber or something like that. So I would just be his helper. And Dad would tell them, make him do all the under the houses and things like that. So like you had to actually fix copper pipes that had the leak or something like that. So you had to use your melder and all that stuff. Like that stuff I got decent at, because if you didn't do it right, the leak would stay there and I would get absolutely. But I know what he was trying to do, and I truly, truly respect it. It took me about 20 years to understand why he was doing what he did. But needless to say, I'll never be a plumber.
Growing up, I used to have to go help my dad almost every night as he got older to go load his Frito-Lay truck. It's back when he brought him home. He had to, and you weren't getting paid,
Right.
And there was a lot of times I hated it.
Yeah.
Didn't like. I would give anything in the world to go load that Frito-Lay
That's right.
truck one more time,
Same.
because the conversations that went on,
Yep.
and they were always about sports. Just one more time, I'd love to load the Frito-Lay truck
Yep.
with him. That's all
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
Well, that's been the Candy Dairy Queen. That's pretty good ones there. You guys are all over the place with the jobs you've done. I didn't realize we had
I didn't realize we had.
an actor, and an actress, and a producer.
I videotaped weddings with my buddy.
I bet you did.
There you go. When we come back, these guys are going to give you their winners. You're listening
I
to
knew.
Beyond the Bench.
Winners
brought
and
to you
wieners.
by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union.
All by
1027 The Game. It's Beyond the Bench, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. 102.7 The Game. Vic Evans with the 2 stars of the show, Brad Payne, and our new
video master himself.
Matt Brigance.
Should have never brought it up.
That one will stay for a long time.
Listen, I was contemplating it. I really was. I really was.
That is a good one. As we are getting ready to give you their winners and losers. Before we get to that on the football side, as you now have the Major League playoffs, we're going to get ready to start Tuesday. We'll have a couple games here on 102.7 The Game. Who's your World Series pick? What 2 teams get to the World Series, Brad?
Those are the playoffs.
I'm gonna take a real leap of faith here on 2 teams that I'm gonna go Padres, Yankees.
Okay. Well, the Yankees will have to be a wild card because the Blue Jays did. They ended up with the same record.
Right.
Blue Jays own the tiebreaker. And then, I was looking to see here. What was amazing, too, is how about the Reds? They don't win the last game, but the Mets collapse, finalized as the Mets missed the playoffs. Reds in the playoffs. And what a choke job by the Mets.
Typical. I mean, it's just typical New York Mets stuff.
It is. And
I haven't kept up with any of it. Not a bit.
I don't like the way, but if you're a New York Yankees fan, you would love this. They've hit the ball well, but they are smoking the ball right now. And their pitchers their middle relief is doing just enough, which wasn't happening a lot. Their starting pitching, it is what it is, but their middle relief has been great in the last month of the season. So as bad as I hate to say it, I think they'll outscore some people, but in the playoffs, it's 3-1 and 4-2. So
yeah, and baseball's crazy is the Tigers. They do make the playoffs, but it was the biggest choke job in history.
The hair of their teeth.
Guardians win the division and set a record for they were the farthest back of any division winner in history.
Like 15 games.
15 and a half games back at one time. And literally with like 2 weeks left, they were 10 games back and they went 9-1 and the Tigers go 1-9.
Unbelievable.
Unreal. Give it to the Guardians. But let's get to our betting here. And we've got 2 Monday night games. One of them going on right now, Jets and Miami. Jets are getting 2.5 at Miami. Mike McDaniel probably dead man walking. I think McDaniel may get fired if you don't win this game. Who are you taking in that one?
I'm going to go Miami for 30.
Miami for 30.
You know our totals?
Brad's right at $1,000, back to $1,000.
Yeah.
And you're back up over 820 or 875.
Okay.
So you got plenty. Which one do you like on this one?
I'm going 20 on Miami.
All right, so you're going 20 on Miami. 30 on Miami, and you're going 20 on Miami.
Yep.
Then the late game, you got the Bengals at +6.5 going out to Denver to play. Still no Joe Burrow. He won't be back probably till around December. Any chance that the Bengals and Luke Browning go out there and get a win?
No, the Bengals defense is atrocious. Broncos will get it. Broncos have been struggling too.
Well, I just got reminded by a Broncos fan, Jeremy Bennett, is who it is from Breck, and he's right. They're 2 field goals away from being 3-0.
They are
true.
right now,
Yep.
and I know their only win is against the Titans, and the Titans are pathetic.
Yeah, Callahan needs to go too.
Yeah.
Kind of like he'd be on my hot. Don't bet on my hot list because it's like 2 weeks in a row now. Sam Pittman went down. Pry went down.
Petrino 2.0. 2.0.
Callahan would be a good hire for Kentucky.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So you're going Broncos.
25 on the
Bronco
Broncos.
30 for me.
You're going 25 on the Broncos.
I
You're
believe
going
Denver
30 on
is,
the Broncos.
It's actually pretty good.
Let's get to this one. We talked about it because it's a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Tennessee. They're getting 7.5 points at Arizona. And Arizona's playing well too. Any chance that Tennessee can cover that 7.5?
They could. I would buy the hook, and that's what I would do here. So if you want to take off 10 on me, so I'll bet 40 to win 30 on Arizona.
All right.
At -7.
You get them at -7.
I bet Arizona last week at 1.5 and lost, but I didn't lose personally because it got up to 2.5 before kickoff, and I actually took 3.5. Bought a point. Something's still not right with them offensively.
Well, Kyler Murray is not a winner.
But I think Harrison was having the yips or something.
Oh, he had a really good game.
Yeah,
he had a really good game.
He looked like a little baby. I wouldn't even put him back in the game.
I know. But once he caught that thing, I felt like he may be onto something.
Yeah, well.
Which way you going in this one, Tennessee or Arizona?
I'm going 25 Arizona. Arizona's got a good defense. I like John Gannon, former Louisville player, got hurt, but from Ohio. But he's got to be more vocal over there. He just stood over there and just stared.
Hey, I will say this. Talking about a former Louisville player, if you're looking for a good documentary, Cocaine Quarterback, about the quarterback at USC.
Oh, gosh, yes.
It's really good.
I saw that on there.
It's really, really good.
It.
Let's go to the college level here. Clemson and the Fighting Dabo Sweeneys, who are 1-3. They're going down to North Carolina. And then North Carolina getting 13.5 points.
Yeah, they're terrible. Belichick's broken. He's getting ready to be a daddy, and
is she pregnant?
That's what
the rumor is. I don't know if
probably not is, but 40 on Clemson.
40 on Clemson. Can Belichick cover 13.5?
I mean, you all. Syracuse beat Clemson.
Yes.
At Clemson, right?
And then got smoked.
And then got absolutely drilled at home against Duke.
There's no way Clemson gets beat by. I mean,
give me Carolina.
Take them
20.
You're going to take UNC and 20.
He's like his girlfriend. That's all it is.
Here's one for you because we talked about it in the first segment a lot. Kentucky going down to Georgia. It's 21.5. This has got backdoor Mark Stoops cover all over it.
Cover it.
Which way are you going?
It's Kentucky because he'll cover it.
He
does
cover
against Ole Miss.
They didn't do it in South Carolina, though.
No, but they don't ever cover it. I told you all last week that was the lock of the century.
I put a little bit on
And
it.
this end up may be the lock of the century because Georgia's offense is not great.
I would agree with you. If Georgia would have beat Alabama, I would say that Stoops backdoor covers.
Alabama was lucky. Alabama caught Georgia in a trap game. They were looking ahead to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They may come back with their ears pinned back. You might be right. And just absolutely annihilate them.
I'm not real confident on that, so I'm only going 20 Georgia.
I'm going to go, and I'll go the opposite. I'll go 20 on Kentucky with the 21.5 with that hook. He'll find a way to backdoor it. He'll field goal it down 24.
That's one way. That's one thing about
field goal
him.
it down 24.
He will do. Nobody backdoors covers like Stoops.
Nope.
Got to go quick. Vandy getting 13 in that. I think game day is going to probably be there.
I'm sure.
At Alabama.
Vandy
football. Clark Lee.
Give me a break.
I mean, come on. You guys are the talk of it. College football.
Yeah.
Hey, Diego said before the year they were a playoff team. Don't talk about last year. We are a playoff team.
No, they're not.
Any chance they cover the 13?
No, Alabama's going to destroy them.
They will.
But it's kind of funny. Everybody was ready to get rid of DeBoer at Alabama. Now look at him. He's not a terrible coach.
He's not. Give me Alabama.
Alabama. You don't think there's any way that maybe
people.
Yeah.
Be patient.
40.
People are not
you
patient
going
anymore.
40? How much are you going?
25.
Is there any way that Bama, after coming off the big win, I mean, I know Vandy beat them last year.
No, Vandy beat them last year.
But they don't cover the 13?
No.
No, DeBoer's had so many death threats. He's scared to death. He's not going to let anybody.
Everything. He's staying inside. He's in Matt's safe house. He's
He called me. I gave him some advice what to do.
Virginia getting 7.
This is a big
at
one, man.
Louisville.
This is a big one.
They got by the Narduzzi or down what? Was it 17-0? 14-0?
And I can't stand Narduzzi.
Oh, Narduzzi. But he has Brom's
And that dude
number.
he's got Louisville's number.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yes.
especially
Not
Brom,
anymore.
too. Not anymore. I changed my pick
Crazy.
on Friday Night Lights Out with Dave, and I went Pittsburgh, and Narduzzi let me down. But 7 against Virginia coming off their big win over Florida State was maybe one of the best field stormings ever.
Yes.
I mean, that was like 20,000
That was
people on that
awesome.
field. I worried about the wide receiver who fell down and got trampled.
I know.
But which way are you going?
I don't think. What's his name? Tony Bennett.
Yeah. No.
Tony
Elliott.
Tony Elliott. Tony Bennett.
Tony
was-
Bennett's basketball.
I don't think Tony Elliott's a very good coach. I just don't. Louisville covers pretty easily. I think Louisville wins this by a couple touchdowns. I think they'll be healthy and they'll win. I'm only putting 25 on it though.
I'm going to go the exact same way. 25 on Louisville. Same for the same reasons. I think Louisville's getting healthier, and I'm not real sure Virginia is as good as advertised.
No, they're not.
Well, let's get to the last one. You got Miami taking on Florida State in the game of the day. Miami at Florida State. Florida State is a 5.5 point underdog at home.
Yeah.
What is the real Florida State? They wax Alabama. They get beat by Virginia. Which way are you going to go?
I think because I haven't believed in Miami all year.
I haven't either.
So they're gonna have to prove it to me here. It's because I'm taking Florida State and give me 25.
I do believe in Miami. Miami 25.
I want Miami to win because it helps Notre Dame down the road. I want Miami and Texas A&M to keep winning because you had 2 games of your 2 losses that you are right there.
I guess as a Louisville fan, I need Florida State to win. Correct, Matt?
Yes.
Kind of even things up a little bit.
I mean,
They get Miami. Louisville
We get
plays
Miami.
at No, it's at Miami.
Yeah, it's at Miami. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, it would help Louisville and Florida State.
Because that could be the second time that Miami gets beaten. We could get them out.
I got to ask Matt real quick. Matt, are you thinking about maybe running for superintendent out there in Iowa? I mean,
I wouldn't work for that many women.
Hey, they're not.
Jeez,
They're not vetting anybody, so you might as well.
Anybody can get it. Yeah, evidently. I mean, is that how you guys run things in Ohio County?
No.
You just don't vet people?
No, I'm telling you, that guy would never got a job at Ohio County as superintendent.
We hope you enjoy this Monday Night Football tonight.
Test scores will be off the roof.
Beyond the Bench, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. I had to throw that in there.
Join us next Monday, 6 p.m. for more Beyond the Bench. Your home for Third Region Sports is 102.7 The Game.
Barbecue sauce.